Let's not sugarcoat it. Brazil, despite its breathtaking landscapes and cultural riches, is a country many wish they hadn't been born in. From systemic corruption to a crushing wealth gap, Brazil feels less like the land of samba and more like a tragic satire of unfulfilled potential. Brazil isn't governed, it's exploited. Corruption is so deeply ingrained in the political and economic systems that it's not just a problem, it's the culture. Politicians loot public funds with impunity, corporations dodge accountability, and ordinary Brazilians are left to suffer the fallout. Billions disappear into offshore accounts, while hospitals lack basic supplies, schools crumble, and infrastructure rots. Let's face it, when a country normalizes bribery at every level of governance, hope dies. Being born in Brazil often feels like being born in a war zone. The homicide rate is among the highest in the world, and in some areas, stepping out of your house can be a gamble with your life. Favelas become battlegrounds as drug cartels run the streets, and law enforcement does more harm than good. Innocent people are caught in the crossfire daily. And justice? It's a joke. Brazil's streets don't offer safety, they offer fear. Brazil is a showcase of obscene wealth and devastating poverty existing side by side. Billionaires flaunt their yachts in Rio, while children in the favelas beg for scraps. Public services are a disaster, with underfunded schools and underpaid teachers ensuring that the poor stay poor and the rich get richer. Born poor in Brazil? Congratulations, your chances of breaking free from the cycle of poverty are laughably low. The system is rigged, and unless you win the birth lottery, life will be a constant uphill battle. If you're born in Brazil, good luck getting a decent education. Public schools are a disgrace, and private schools are reserved for the elite. University admission is another rigged game where affirmative action barely scratches the surface of systemic inequality. The result? An undereducated population that struggles to compete on a global scale, perpetuating the same mediocrity generation after generation. Brazil boasts a universal healthcare system, but let's be honest, it's a train wreck. Long waiting times, underfunded hospitals, and overworked medical staff make getting treatment a nightmare. The rich can afford private care, but for the majority, survival is a matter of luck. Brazilians love to chant, "O Brasil é lindo por natureza." Brazil is beautiful by nature. Sure, the Amazon is stunning, but beauty doesn't put food on the table or protect human rights. Patriotism in Brazil often feels like a distraction, a desperate attempt to mask the rot beneath the surface. Brazil is home to the Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the earth. But here's the truth. Brazil is suffocating its own lungs. Illegal logging, mining, and agricultural expansion are destroying one of the planet's most critical ecosystems. And guess what? The government is complicit. For a country that boasts about its natural beauty, Brazil seems disturbingly eager to bulldoze it for short-term profits. Many Brazilians have resigned themselves to the way things are, accepting corruption, violence, and inequality as inevitable. Instead of rising against the system, too many people simply say, "É assim mesmo." That's just how it is. This culture of complacency is perhaps Brazil's biggest tragedy. It's a nation that could be extraordinary but chooses to settle for mediocrity. Being born in Brazil means being born into a country with immense natural wealth, vibrant culture, and passionate people, but also into a system that squanders it all. From its corrupt leadership to its brutal inequality, Brazil isn't just failing its citizens, it's betraying them. Brazil could be a paradise. Instead, it's a country where survival often feels like an achievement. To those born in Brazil, I don't blame you for being angry, disappointed, or even hopeless. The truth hurts, but sometimes the truth is the only thing that can ignite change.